Hello and welcome to Travel Beans. I'm Emma, behind the camera is Alex, and today we are seeing how inconvenient it really is to travel in a van now that our vaccines have expired. After 3 months of exploring Europe in our tiny camper van, it was time to make the long journey home. After getting sick in Croatia, our trip was delayed, meaning our vaccines expired earlier than anticipated. In this video, we discover what it's like to travel through Europe without a valid vaccine, and some of the obstacles that we faced along the way.
Hello.
Hello! Just making it all nice and tidy in here, because today we are making our way back into the Schengen zone where our clock is going to start again, so we will be crossing a border, and we just like to make sure it's nice and tidy so we don't look like smelly dirty hippies and they don't give us loads of hassle.
Also, cleaning just means shoving everything under the bed or under the covers. We don't want it to be too clean to arouse suspicion. I mean, there's nothing to be suspicious of, but...
to arouse suspicion.
We hit the road ready for a long day of driving. We made our way out of Croatia, through Slovenia and into Italy, taking the opportunity to grab some food and chill before continuing our journey the following day.
Travel has been so easy on this winter van life trip so far. We've done so many activities, we've stayed in amazing accommodation, we've explored and we've enjoyed all the fun and freedom of travel.
It has been just like how travel used to be before the pandemic, but suddenly things have just got a lot harder for us.
Yes.
So we've come to this service station to go and get a shower, which we do quite regularly. And
we like to watch.
But our vaccine pass, for the first time we've experienced, is invalid and we are not allowed to shower.
Yes, so we can go in and use the toilets, we can buy petrol, but that's all we can do. We can't go in the shop here, we can't go into the cafe, and we can't have showers.
So it's just dawned on us that we can't stay in campsites anymore, in hotels, so there is no way for the beans to get clean.
We headed towards the Italian Alps, where we planned to cross over into France, enjoying the mountain scenery. But before we did, we decided to make one last stop in the small city of Ulster.
As we're about to take the Mont Blanc pass over and across to France, this is clearly the last chance we're going to get some decent food.
You know what? You know that there's nothing nice waiting for us over in France.
Oh baby, that is what it's all about. Look at this. That's so much better than yesterday's. That tomato sauce is the absolute tits. So we're about to go through, we have to pay a toll, and then we're actually driving through the mountain range into France, under like Mont Blanc and things like that.
We made it through and it was 48 euros. If we were considered as a camper van, it would have been, I think, 68. But the good thing about this one, this old van, is that it always gets classed as a car.
Hopping out into France, we were greeted with the gorgeous alpine scenery. We felt so happy to be back in the mountains again, with blue skies and snow all around us. So we decided to see if it was at all possible to stay at a campsite despite our current vaccine status.
The stars have aligned. She didn't ask anything. We have a campsite. I'm not going to say exactly where this is.
You don't want to get them in trouble
I don't want to get in trouble because
asked.
they definitely should have asked.
Okay.
But we have ourselves a campsite and we have showers.
Oh my goodness. So basically, the moral of the story is, cross your fingers and hope they don't ask.
I thought you were going to say the moral of the story is don't get vaccinated.
This is great. Oh my goodness, look at the view.
What, the white motorhome?
I can't believe how much I've missed the snowy mountains.
Yeah.
I love how, like, it was only a couple of videos ago that we were like, we hate the cold and I don't want to be cold anymore.
Colder mountains is fine.
That's true. And when there's snow on the ground, that usually means there's activities to do as well.
It was specifically drab, dead, hungry that we didn't like.
Poor Hungary, I feel like they're getting a bad rap, but maybe just the middle of winter's not the best time to visit.
No.
We definitely appreciated and enjoyed the facilities more than we usually would, especially as this would likely be the last time we would be staying at a campsite on this trip. After enjoying sunset, we made sure to get an early night, ready to get going again first thing the following day.
Haven't missed this.
I hate winter van life. It's the worst. Yesterday we were like, oh, I miss the mountains and the snow. No, the mountains and the snow. Give me sunshine. He's screaming furiously.
We've got somewhere to be.
After scraping our way out of the ice and snow, we made our way over to Lake Annecy.
The universe is thanking us this morning by giving us another beautiful day to enjoy, and I think it's probably, knowing us, going to end up with a lot of delicious French food and drinks in the town. So we never know how healthy it's going to end up being, but luckily we start every day with AG1 to kind of balance things out a little bit. If you're wondering what AG1 is a comprehensive all-in-one greens powder made up of a special blend of ingredients to help support things like energy, recovery, immunity, gut health, and focus. We try to have a healthy diet in the van, but it's not always so easy, especially on days like today or on long travel days where we're eating things like pizza and other snacks.
So basically any day, really.
Pretty much. But having our AG1 in the morning at least helps us have the peace of mind that we've done one good thing for ourselves each day. Alex and I have been having this for months now, and I found that having a scoop of this each day has really helped with my energy levels. Whether it's in the morning or the afternoon, I'm feeling refreshed and energized.
Conveniently leaving out your digestion again.
Oh my god, you're obsessed with my bowel movements.
Well, they're much more regular than they've always been.
It is gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, nut-free, and suitable for vegans, as well as sausage lovers like Alex. It is ridiculously easy to make, and it tastes great. All you have to do is mix 1 scoop of AG1 with water, shake it up, and you're good to go. This is a game changer in our opinion, especially for road trips or if we're just short for time. Athletic Greens is giving away a 1-year free supply of vitamin D plus 5 free travel packs to our Travel Beans community with your first purchase. If you're interested, check the link down in the description below or go to athleticgreens.com/travelbeans. Although we're not allowed into any restaurants or cafes, we are allowed to be outside.
Which is nice.
So we've made our way to a place called Annecy to have a little wander around, and also they have a farmer's market on today. So hopefully, because that's going to be outside, we'll be allowed in and we'll be able to get our hands on some tasty French treats. This market is insane. It never ends. It's like every little winding street you turn down, there's more stalls.
And everything looks better than the last as well.
Yeah, finally committed to something. It looks outrageously good. It's basically a giant rosti covered with raclette cheese. Oh baby, that is amazing. That's so good. I'm so glad we have one last chance to have some like local foods before we go home. I was a bit worried when we weren't going to be allowed into restaurants, but this is more than okay. I cannot recommend coming to this town enough. It has everything you could possibly want. It's got lovely markets with delicious food. The most beautiful streets I've seen in a very long time. I say that every time we've been anywhere recently, it's been gorgeous.
Yeah. It also takes a lot for a Brit to compliment truly the French.
We love you guys, really.
Yeah, it's just a long-standing joke between Brits and French that we don't like each other, even though we do.
As well as these colourful, beautiful old streets, you also have Lake Annecy, which is stunning. The water's crystal clear, and even today on a Sunday where it's super busy, it takes a lot for me to like a place, even with crowds. And I like it even with the crowds. We've come to the park right next to the lake to have our coffee, and this is just absolutely absurd how nice
water.
this is.
It's
Not
just
only
like...
that, you have like this super clear, shallow, lovely water, which I imagine in summer is so nice to swim in if you can swim in it. And then you have the backdrop of the mountains behind. It couldn't be more idyllic.
This is how the movie Bird started.
I think so.
Someone fed it.
Screeching at us.
Someone fed a bit of bread to them and they took it one step too far. This is how slow Emma drives.
No, it's just the French. They're so good at cycling.
What do you think? Got camper van here, motorhome back there.
I feel like the joy of wild camping is finding your own spot. And if there's already 2 people here, I don't know. I feel like if there was just the one, it would be different. The 2 and all this traffic.
You don't want to sleep next to that?
It doesn't seem very ideal. Nah, let's keep going. Even if we find another place like this, but just like further along away from all the traffic.
Okay.
France is actually very friendly to van lifers, and it's actually completely okay to sleep in your van as long as you're not in a place that has a sign that forbids it. We found a lovely lay-by here right next to the lake, and there's no sign, which means that the beans can relax for the rest of the afternoon.
This is definitely one of the better views we've had on this trip, considering how close we are to the lake.
I can't believe there's no signs.
Look at that.
The great thing about France is that the wine and the cheese is very reasonably priced. We picked this wine off of the top shelf. Top shelf wine is not something I usually go for. But it was like €7. That looks like the most awkward bird to fly. It's got this long, heavy neck, massive body.
Its
like,
wings are so loud.
Really loud.
I want to get M.
There's another one.
This must be the Heathrow for swans.
I don't know about you, but this has made me really excited for summer van life, because we've not really got to experience that yet. But all this sunshine and potential for swimming spots and things like that, I just think it would be such a lovely experience.
Well, we've loved it in the winter, because even Scotland was autumn and it was cold. I can't imagine how good it would be in the summer.
I guess the only issue is places like this that are so nice in the summer, they're going to be riddled, aren't they? Riddled with humans everywhere. It might be hard to actually get your own little spot, especially with wild camping. Although there seem to be a lot of campsites here. They're all closed at the moment, so we can't go and stay at them, but there are a lot of campsites. So hopefully in high season, if you were to come here, you'd be able to get yourself a nice little spot at a campsite.
I think the basic rule of thumb is don't travel when the little are off school.
Yeah, pretty much.
Emma, show them your attempts at trying to skim stones.
Okay. Okay.
You literally just throw it in the water. You don't even try to skim it.
I do try. Just because I'm not very good doesn't mean I haven't tried. Right, okay, here's another one.
That's even more embarrassing.
Ready? that semi-skim? Semi-skim milk?
From the beach there are a number of trails that go up to a waterfall, which we're doing now, and it takes about a 2-hour walk to get all the way around.
A walk? This is definitely not a walk, this is like a climb up the side of a mountain.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty steep. Way more so than we anticipated before we were coming here.
I'd love to say that the reason I'm so exhausted is because we've been ill recently, but actually I think I'm just really unfit.
I think it's easy to blame the French cheese.
It's made me feel so heavy.
I think we can start another channel called The Complaining Hikers. And we go on loads of hikes and we just complain about how hard it is all the time.
See, the trouble is that's not sustainable, because after a certain amount of time of doing hikes, you're gonna get fit eventually.
But we also start another channel where we overeat on our days off. The Complaining Eaters.
So each one's constantly feeding into the other.
Yeah.
This is incredible. I did not expect this at all. Wow! Oh, this is great, because Al found this hike and Al looked at all the photos. I hadn't seen any of the photos, so I didn't know what to expect. It's like everything I love about a place. It's covered in moss. There's moss absolutely everywhere. You've got the clear, lovely blue water cascading through, and then all these little pockets that it's settling in. This is amazing.
I've never been behind a waterfall before, behind the curtain, and this is what's going on.
It's so weird the way the rock is like perfectly formed
Yeah.
for the waterfall to slide on down it.
Nature's death slide.
We have come back to Annecy this evening because we have been told that it is arguably more beautiful at night when it's all lit up than it is during the daytime. Plus it was super busy yesterday because it was the weekend and it was the weekend market as well.
This was the street where the market was on.
No. How do you remember that? I've got such a rubbish memory. It literally looks like a different street.
Yeah.
As much as I love street food, I would also really love, in the middle of winter, to be able to be in a warm, lovely restaurant eating French food as well.
Yeah, it's definitely a hassle being travelling this way. I'm glad it hasn't been too much of a hindrance and we could make the most of it.
Yeah.
But I'm also looking forward to getting our booster in a few days' time.
So you just don't have to think about it anymore.
So we have to think about it because there's just so many little things that are very annoying.
Yeah, we just keep catching ourselves going to do something or go somewhere and we're like, oh no, like we can't because they're going to want us to show the COVID pass.
Yeah. Check the link down in the description if you're interested in athletic greens.
And don't forget to leave us a comment. Let us know, have you been travelling during this time? Has it been difficult? Has it been easy? Or have you just decided to wait it out at home?
Make sure you hit the like button and hit subscribe if you're not already and you want to watch more of these videos.
Yeah, if you don't want to watch, then don't bother.
Yeah, don't listen to any of this.
That would be a waste of time.
And nothing left to say. We'll see you
hit me in the face.
And nothing left to say. We'll see you next time. And beans out!
And a huge congratulations to the 3 winners of the Jackery giveaway.